Have you ever noticed how small moments tell the biggest truths? I remember a friend of mine telling me about a relationship she thought was perfect. He still texted her good morning, laughed at her jokes, and held her hand in public. To anyone watching, it looked like everything was fine, but she confided in me one evening, almost whispering, that she felt invisible in a way she couldn't explain. She said, "It's like he's here, but not really here for me." That stuck with me. Because it's true, love isn't just about showing up. Love is about being seen and being considered, even in the little things we don't notice. And as someone once said, love isn't loud. Sometimes it's quiet, consistent, and invisible until it's gone. Today, I want to talk about those quiet signs, the ones people often miss, and how they reveal the difference between love and something that only looks like it. Let's clear something up right away. Men, you don't just wake up one morning and decide, today, I'll turn my love for her into just lust. That's not how it works. The change happens quietly, subtly, more smoothly than most imagine. And often, by the time a woman notices something is off, the shift has already taken place. In this video, I'll explain the one key thing men stop doing the moment it's no longer love, but only lust. Not two things, not 10 signals, just one. When you understand this, it becomes clear why so many women feel lost in relationships that seem fine but emotionally feel empty. Before diving in, a quick warning. This video isn't designed to make you feel better or justify anyone's behavior. Its purpose is to help you see the situation clearly, without illusions. Love and lust are not simply emotions. Most people confuse them with feelings, but they are actually ways of operating. Lust focuses on short-term benefits, while love looks at the long-term connection. One is about access and physical presence. The other is about alignment, trust, and emotional consistency. Men usually know the difference, but women often get confused because men can appear the same in both modes physically. Here's the biggest misconception women are taught. If he still wants you, he still loves you. That's not true. If a man still wants you physically, it doesn't mean he still cares in a deeper, emotional way. Care is shown through actions that don't give immediate reward or satisfaction. This is the main difference between love and lust. The one thing a man stops doing when it's just lust is emotional accounting. He stops thinking about how his actions affect you. That internal filter, which measures the impact of words, tone, and timing, disappears quietly, almost without notice. To explain emotional accounting in simple terms, when a man loves you, he naturally considers your feelings, even when you are not around. He thinks about how his words, tone, timing, absence, and even silence will affect you. Every choice is measured through the lens of your well-being. When it's only lust, this disappears. Actions are filtered only through effort versus reward. He calculates what benefits him in the moment, not what nourishes the connection long-term. This is subtle but powerful. It's why women often feel confused when things seem normal but lack depth. Even small behaviors reveal this shift. Love is expressed in patience, care for your emotional state, and thoughtful attention that doesn't demand anything in return. Lust, however, is transactional. It's about what's gained now, what's convenient, what serves immediate desires. A man who only lusts may still communicate, may still initiate contact, and may even show affection, but it's motivated by access, not genuine connection. That's why some situations can look fine on the surface while feeling hollow underneath. Understanding this single behavior explains so much about emotional disconnects. It's important to notice that the change is rarely dramatic or angry. It's not obvious confrontation or cruelty. It's quiet, almost invisible, and that's what makes it confusing. Emotional accounting simply stops. The thought, "How will this land with her?" no longer guides his actions. Choices are made without considering your emotional experience. Conversations may still happen, but they are more about convenience than care. Decisions are made without weighing their effect on you, which is why women often feel something is missing before they can put their finger on it. So, when trying to understand if a man's feelings are driven by love or lust, look at the emotional accounting. Are his words, timing, and behaviors filtered through consideration for your feelings? Or are they guided by personal gain and convenience? This distinction is subtle, but it explains why many women feel drained, unfulfilled, or confused in relationships that outwardly appear stable. It's not about a lack of attention or even sex, it's about the invisible lens of care being turned off. That lens defines love. Without it, only lust remains. In summary, this one behavior, stopping emotional accounting, is the key difference. Love involves constant, thoughtful consideration for your emotional experience. Lust focuses only on what benefits him in the moment. By noticing this, women can recognize the emotional shift before it becomes painful or permanent. It's not about drama, fights, or arguments. It's a quiet change in behavior that speaks louder than words. Understanding this gives clarity and removes the confusion many feel when a relationship seems fine outwardly, but leaves them feeling empty inside. And the key is that reward doesn't require emotional accounting. This is why it can feel so confusing from the outside. Women often get stuck trying to figure it out because everything else seems normal. He still texts, jokes, laughs, shows affection, wants sex, makes plans for the future. So women often think, maybe I'm overthinking this, but you're not overthinking, you're under-observing. The subtle behavioral shift is happening quietly but consistently. The changes are not in the obvious areas first. Sex, attention, and compliments can all continue. What changes first is something less visible but far more telling: repair. Repair is the emotional glue that love creates. When a man genuinely loves you, he naturally fixes emotional tension. He notices friction and takes responsibility to smooth it out. When it's only lust, he doesn't repair it. Friction can linger because repair requires emotional responsibility. Responsibility is something that only exists where love exists. Here's a real-life example. He says something that hurts or comes out wrong. If he loves you, he will quickly say, "That didn't come out right. I didn't mean it that way." But if it's only lust, he might dismiss it with, "You're reading too much into it." Same man, same moment, but completely different emotional orientation. Most women don't notice this subtle shift. And here's what's rarely talked about. Men often don't consciously feel this change. They don't sit down and think, "I am no longer emotionally accounting for her." Instead, they experience it as heaviness. Heavy, in male language, means being asked to invest emotional energy without feeling the emotional connection in return. Their brain looks for a shortcut. It wants to reduce effort and simplify decisions. The natural outcome is efficiency. Lust prioritizes keeping everything easy, light, and friction-free. Emotional labor is avoided because it has no immediate reward and no emotional alignment. This is why women often feel the disconnect without seeing obvious warning signs. He may still be affectionate and present physically, but the unseen emotional investment disappears. The small, invisible acts of care, responsibility, and repair vanish first. This is the true marker of the shift from love to lust. It's subtle, consistent, and easy to miss, yet it changes the dynamic completely. Recognizing this can give clarity and help avoid feeling lost in a relationship that seems fine on the surface but lacks depth. Once you understand this, the puzzle starts to make sense. Love encourages clarity, repair, explanation, and staying emotionally aligned. When the emotional mode switches from love to lust, these behaviors automatically change. This is why so many women get confused. Sex masks the truth. Physical intimacy, closeness, and affection can all continue, giving the impression that the emotional connection is still strong. But bodies can remain connected while the emotional orientation fades. Lust keeps proximity, love keeps direction. This is a crucial distinction. The telltale sign many women miss is that a man who loves you actively bridges gaps. He explains absences, checks in on your feelings, notices shifts in tone, and brings issues back to resolve them. When it's only lust, these gaps are ignored. It's not because he didn't notice them, but because he doesn't feel responsible. Responsibility is the clear divider between love and lust. Love naturally creates responsibility, meaning consideration without prompting. Lust avoids it entirely. When this sense of responsibility disappears, love has quietly left the building. Women often respond by talking more, explaining more, and investing more emotionally. While this may feel logical, it often backfires. Emotional engagement is being given without emotional investment, which teaches the brain that it can receive benefits without contributing effort. If a man stops emotionally accounting for you, it doesn't mean the relationship has failed. It has simply revealed its category. Misunderstanding this category causes the pain, not the actions themselves. In the first part, we established that men don't stop loving loudly, they stop loving quietly. Emotional accounting is the hidden factor, and when it ends, everything else can feel confusing, noisy, or inconsistent. Many women try to revive something that has already changed categories. Understanding the shift is essential to avoid being trapped in frustration or misjudgment. Recognizing the change early allows for clarity and emotional self-protection. Here's the uncomfortable truth about why men stay when it's only lust. It's not confusion, they are not lost. They stay because it's convenient. Lust provides access without obligation, intimacy without responsibility, and comfort without direction. From the brain's perspective, this is an easy, low-risk deal. Men are very good at remaining where the cost-to-reward ratio favors them. The lust zone is not a temporary stage, it is the parking lot. Many women assume a slow pace means love is building. Often there is no foundation being laid. The relationship exists in usage, not construction, and the longer it continues, the harder it is to mistake it for growth. This creates the illusion of emotional investment. A man in lust can still be affectionate, present, and consistent enough to seem caring, but he is not emotionally oriented. He will not self-correct, anticipate your feelings, or adjust his behavior unless it directly affects access or reward. The emotional investment you perceive is a projection, not reality. Understanding this distinction explains why some women feel stuck in relationships that appear fine but lack depth. The signs are quiet, subtle, and easy to miss, but once recognized, they reveal the truth of emotional disconnect, allowing women to see the relationship as it really is. That's not care, that's just maintenance. Pay close attention to this silent signal that love has left. When a man truly loves you, he connects the dots. He brings things back, remembers emotional moments, and references past conversations. When it's only lust, every interaction resets. There is no emotional continuity, no shared story, no ongoing narrative, just isolated episodes. This isn't forgetfulness, it's disengagement. The confusing part is that he can still feel nice, polite, and sweet. Politeness costs nothing. Real emotional investment, however, requires energy, and the brain doesn't spend energy where it sees no long-term benefit. This is why relationships can seem fine, but feel empty. One of the biggest mistakes women make is trying to reason their way back into love. When they sense emotional accounting is gone, they respond by explaining feelings, seeking reassurance, asking for clarity, or offering more emotional access. While this seems mature and logical, it backfires. Now he receives vulnerability, effort, and connection without investing emotion in return. The brain never reinvests where value is already received for free. This explains why conversations start feeling hollow. Interactions become short, surface level, and convenient. Anything emotionally deep gets postponed or minimized, not because he can't handle it, but because he doesn't see a reason to. Emotional accounting can return, but not through discussion or explanation. You cannot negotiate a man back into love. You cannot convince him to care through words alone. If emotional accounting ever comes back, it happens only when emotional access is no longer assumed, when effort is no longer one-sided, presence and connection become optional. This is not punishment or manipulation, it's realignment. The brain begins to reevaluate only when convenience disappears. It happens quietly, not with drama or anger. When you stop filling the emotional gaps he created, when you stop offering continuity for free, the brain notices something has changed. Only then does it ask, why does this feel different? That question emerges when emotional comfort is interrupted. When the usual pattern of effortless attention and care is broken, the brain finally recognizes the missing investment. This is how men reevaluate, not because they were forced to, but because the system of easy emotional gain is no longer in place. They become aware of gaps only when emotional effort is not provided automatically. The shift is subtle but unmistakable. Understanding this final stage of the love-to-lust transition is crucial because it reveals why so many women feel stuck, confused, or frustrated, even when their partner seems physically present, affectionate, or seemingly consistent. There is one line you should never cross. This is important. This isn't about playing games or trying to control someone's feelings. It's about maintaining self-respect and clarity. If emotional accounting returns, it will happen naturally. If it doesn't, no amount of effort or explanation would have changed it, because love cannot be forced or convinced into existence. Trying to push it only prolongs frustration and confusion. Recognizing this helps protect your energy and your heart. Understanding the difference between love and lust gives you a clear lens to see relationships as they truly are, instead of how you hope they might be. Here's the final truth that most women hesitate to admit. Men don't stop loving because women fail or make mistakes. They stop loving when emotional orientation never truly formed, or when it quietly faded over time. The moment a man stops emotionally accounting for you, the relationship has already revealed its nature. The pain comes from arguing with that reality, from trying to read love where only lust exists. Accepting this truth is hard, but it's necessary. Understanding it allows you to see the situation clearly and protect yourself from investing in something that cannot return your energy. What should you remember moving forward? If there is one thing to take from this video, let it be this. Love shows up in behavioral consideration, in actions that account for your feelings, and in responsibility without prompting. Lust, on the other hand, shows up as emotional efficiency, where effort is minimized and care is transactional. Once you know what to look for, the difference is always visible. Observing these behaviors gives clarity and removes confusion, helping you understand relationships for what they truly are. If this video helped you see things more clearly, leave a comment to share your thoughts. Recognizing these patterns can save you from emotional exhaustion and help you make better decisions in relationships. This is Brainy Facts, and I'll see you in the next video with more insights into human behavior, relationships, and emotional clarity. Paying attention to these subtle signs allows you to navigate love and lust with awareness, understanding, and respect for yourself and others. Now let's talk about why this matters for you. Many women get caught up in trying to fix things when they feel the emotional distance. You might text more, call more, explain yourself more, or constantly seek reassurance. And at first, it feels like effort will bring him back. But here's the truth. Emotional investment cannot be forced. If a man stops emotionally accounting for you, no amount of words, explanations, or attention will change the core reality. Love doesn't work like a contract you can negotiate. It works quietly, consistently, and naturally. When it's gone, only the outward actions remain, and those are easy to misread. Think about it like this. Love is invisible in its essence. You don't always see it in grand gestures. You see it in small, consistent actions. How he remembers your preferences, how he checks in on your feelings, how he notices tension and fixes it without being asked. Lust, on the other hand, is easy to spot once you know what to look for. It's transactional. It focuses on convenience, physical closeness, and emotional efficiency. The moment emotional accounting disappears, you might still get affection, sex, or attention, but the depth is gone. Those gestures no longer carry the weight of care. They are hollow. Here's another way to recognize it. Think of your relationship as a shared story. When a man loves you, he keeps the story alive. He remembers your conversations, references shared memories, and maintains continuity in the emotional connection. When it's lust, every interaction resets. Each moment is isolated. There's no emotional narrative, no ongoing story, and no sense of shared growth. You might still laugh together or hold hands, but the invisible thread of care has been cut. That's why relationships can feel confusing. You see activity, but you don't feel connection. It's also important to understand why men often stay in lust-only situations. They are not confused, lost, or suddenly incapable of love. They stay because it's convenient. Lust provides intimacy without responsibility, access without obligation, and comfort without effort. From the brain's perspective, this is low-risk, high-reward behavior. And because it feels easy, women often mistake it for love or slow progression. But in reality, nothing new is being built. No foundation is being laid. Over time, the illusion of emotional investment creates confusion and pain. So what can you do when you recognize these signs? The first step is clarity. Accept that emotional accounting is the real measure of love. Stop trying to negotiate it through explanation, effort, or vulnerability alone. Protect your emotional energy. Your responsibility is not to convince someone to love you, it's to recognize when love is present and when it's not. The moment you stop filling gaps that aren't being acknowledged, you give the brain a chance to see the truth. That truth may trigger re-evaluation or it may not. Either way, your clarity and self-respect remain intact. And remember, stopping emotional labor is not punishment, it's realignment. It's allowing the natural course of emotional behavior to reveal itself. Men re-evaluate when convenience disappears, when they can no longer rely on free emotional energy. That's when the brain asks the question, why does this feel different? Until then, explanations, reassurance, or increased effort are often wasted. Love cannot be manufactured through one-sided investment. It grows when both parties actively contribute to the emotional connection. Finally, take this lesson with you. Love is quiet, consistent, and thoughtful. Lust is efficient, convenient, and shallow. Look for the subtle signs: repair, consideration, attention to your emotional state, and maintaining continuity. When those things disappear, do not argue with the reality. Accept it, learn from it, and protect your energy. Misunderstanding the difference is what creates heartbreak. Understanding it allows you to make decisions with clarity and dignity. Love shows itself through behavior, and once you know what to look for, you will never mistake lust for love again.